Hi, my Heart and Soul family. This is Crystal, and today I'm going to be speaking about They Both Controlled Me. So, this all started when I used to work for a brand name company, shoe company, and this was years ago. So, basically, because of my background, I'm African, Nigerian, and I had a heavy accent that kind of made me feel be like it just made me feel like when people hear it they're like what. It's gotten better, but my accent was so thick, and so I kind of try to get people to try to help me so I could sound clearer to other people so they don't look at me and start asking what. So I happened to come across this girl that I thought was my friend, and I was always asking her for help. How can I say this so they could understand without asking me, huh? Like, what are you saying? All this. So when I went to her, she's like, oh, she was friendly at the first time that I came encounter with her. She's like, yeah, just try saying it louder, and just say it slowly so they could understand what you're saying. And she said, you're doing good, just try to make it so they could just speak slowly so they could hear you. I was like, okay, thanks, and then kept moving about my business. Then all of a sudden, this girl thought that she could be able to get control of me by coming in and like tell me every day. She's not even my manager in the brand name shoe company that I work for. She's like, oh, she started taking advantage. She's like, oh, you gotta make sure you yell more, and so that they could be able to hear you. You gotta do it like this. And mind you, I'm soft spoken, and so she took it as weakness. So she's like, oh, you gotta make sure you yell when you're saying the company's name. Hello, welcome to blah blah blah. And she was like, and the name of the company. And then she was like, and you had to make sure you had to make sure you like do this and this. And she was just basically every day I came in, she was like, you had to do it like this. This is basically someone who's not even my manager, and she's telling me how to do things at the job. And this is all I asked this girl was just, how can I sound more clear so that they could be able to have customers come in without saying that they can't understand me. And she just took it upon herself to say, oh, you gotta do like that. Every single day that I came to work, this girl would do the same thing. So I was like, I can't keep having this girl control me. And I literally told the girl, like, why? I just asked you one question every day that I come in, you like tell me how to do this and that. Like, it was so bad when she was telling me to yell, hello, welcome to this and this and this in the store while music was playing loud. I lost my voice 3 times, sounding like Barry White every time I came to work. And people were like, for 3 days, 3 times a week, I lost my voice because of this girl. People were asking me, like, what's wrong with you? Why you sound like Barry White? Even my parents at one time, they came to my job, and they're like, my parents was like, well, why are you yelling like that? Like, you look all like your eyes look all crossed when you yelling. Like, why are you yelling like that? I was like, hello, welcome to this and this and that. So I was like, yeah, because this girl is telling me that's the right way to do it and this and that. She was like, my mom was like, wow, now wow, this is crazy. Like, they said, now wow. And I was like, they're like, don't do that, don't do that. Like, you gotta make sure you asked the managers and not her. I was like, I was just going to her because I thought she was a good person to ask. But little did I know that she would just continuously keep doing that and doing that. So I just ended up just going to the manager and just asking how I could be able to sound clear so people could hear me. I could make sales for the shoe company. And I just took it upon myself not to let people control me, let her control me. She got mad and wanted to fight, but I had to stand my ground. So even with my very first relationship, literally it was like when I went into a relationship, I was just like, not expressing my feelings or saying how I felt, just letting the person just make choices. So when you go into a relationship, you gotta, or anything you come encounter with, like my job situation and my first relationship, you gotta make sure you take advantage and you know what you want, and you let that person know what you want, and not just let them make decisions for yourself. Yes, people, if you do wrong and you know you're doing wrong, it's good to get an opinion of how you could be able to do right. But for you to let anyone to take advantage of you and take it upon themselves to try to control you, tell you to do stuff, that's when it gets bad. And with my first relationship, that's how I was, with my background. I was just thinking like, oh, okay, let the man just make all the decisions, and me, I don't have a say so. So when it started getting to the point where it was like, okay, this is out of hand, it's sad to know, but I had to put my foot down. And that's something people who they're being feeling like they're controlled in a control relationship, whether it be with a male or a female, don't let no female control you, don't let no male control you. Just stand your ground, know what you want. Even friends, know what you want, and don't let people just always keep making the decision for you, because they're gonna eventually, especially people who they just have bad intentions for you and they just want to feel important, they're just gonna make it be all about their self, and that's it. It's never gonna be about you. They just want to feel important, and that's when you need to put your foot down, ladies, male, friend, even friendship. You got to put your foot down and say enough is enough. You're not gonna control me, and I have control over my life. You got to take control over your life, because I got to the point, and I was like, no, aka no with an emphasis. In my language, no with an emphasis. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not. So I had to put my foot down, and I was like, no. So don't let anyone try to control you. Stand your ground. You're an amazing person. You can make your own decisions without having someone always doing it for you, because eventually they're just gonna take it and make it be about themselves and not you, and just feel important and always like pointing stuff for you to do. And that's not how someone should feel, like they live in a cage. You should feel free, you should be happy, and just be the best you. That's all. Be the best you. So that's all I wanted to say for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and hit that notification button. I love you all. Later.